Welcome to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're showing you the best of the worst plumbing jobs in over 100 episodes of Homes on Homes. Nice. Awesome. Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Yeah, baby. If you're going to do it right the first time.
My hero.
It's perfect. On the money.
Thank you, guys.
You like it?
Oh, do I ever?
When I first met Jane, she was living in a house that was only 9 years old, but the plumbing was already a big problem.
Moved in on, I think, the hottest day of the year was the end of August, and noticed right away how hot it was upstairs. You know, chalked that up to being a day where the doors were open, everybody's moving furniture in and out, and didn't really pay much mind to it.
Room over the garage, master bedroom, ensuite. Extremely hot.
Then it got cold. We suffered through our first winter. It was so cold, and that master bedroom is so cold upstairs that it really became a problem.
Bit of a plumbing problem, I see.
Yeah, absolutely. I call it more of a disaster than a problem. The pipes froze in that bathroom upstairs off the ensuite.
When Jane bought this house, she still had a new home warning.
The suggestion at the time, as silly as it sounds, was a hot water bottle. To heat a hot water bottle and keep it on the cold tap.
Put on that hot water bottle on the taps. It'll keep it from freezing. Okay.
It has burst, and I've got damage on all 3 floors of the home. And my challenge at the moment is trying to figure out how we're going to prevent these pipes from doing the same thing.
The builder did use the spray foam underneath the bathroom, but it was an open cell foam which shrinks and cracks. And that lets the cold get to the pipes. And guess what? Causes them to freeze.
And this is the bathroom that caused all of the problem in the first place.
Problem is, I feel the floor, it's cold and it's not freezing outside.
That's right.
All of the plumbers that Jane talked to said it would be about $40,000 to fix. The bathroom didn't need to be gutted. The plumbing just needed to be properly moved and insulated. That's it. You see that the plumbing pipes come out of the wall here. This is more than likely the area they froze. I don't see any spray foam whatsoever in the end void there. That end void is completely open. It's just gonna bring in an outside cool draft, which freezes your pipes. They can take a lot of cold. They can't take the cold draft. I didn't design this house. I didn't build this house. But I'm fixing this house. Jane also told me the bedroom above the garage was freezing cold in the winter. My guess was the garage didn't have the proper insulation either. Or the spray foam. They tried to do it better. But I'll bet you the cold's coming from the front wall.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, that's stupid. How is that ever stupid? Go to all that extreme and you spray the front and they leave that void.
And one void.
You gotta be kidding me.
No. Yeah, I got yours. Okay.
You do something half-ass and it doesn't work. There's problems. People like me gotta come in, pull it out, figure out what the hell's wrong, where do we have problems, so it's not just copper, it's cold. Nice, not nice enough. I have a question. Now, I know code, and code says we can't screw through timber strand or any type of beam, okay, to run our pipes, but I don't think we can run plumbing outside.
You can't.
See that corner there?
Yeah.
No spray foam in the corner, that's where the pipes are. The tub's right here, you see that void right there?
Yeah.
There's the tub.
Oh, man.
And it just had a skim coat over it. Can you imagine how cold that tub was?
What I'm going to do is actually probably I'm going to cut those pipes as high as I can. I don't feel confident leaving any of this existing piping in there.
Good.
So I'll just run my own copper. I have my own joints. I'll have my own connections. I'll make sure everything's done my way, and we'll fix it. We'll make
Then I'll
right.
do it my way.
And then you'll do it your way, yeah.
I'll close it in
You
properly.
close it in properly, yeah.
Even though it's wrong, we'll make it right.
Exactly.
Poly this floor, poly the walls in here, cocoon it, okay, and then spray it.
Instead of using the open cell foam the builder used, we use a 2-pound closed cell foam. It won't shrink, it won't crack, and it acts like a vapor barrier. Those pipes will never freeze again, and Jane's bathroom will stay warm.
Lock it in.
Robbie and Steve put up new soffits, and Alex spray foamed the garage. We also replaced the drywall. So 20 inches by 4 feet, 32 inches by 4 feet, 93 inches by 19. No matter where you live, if water can freeze outside, it can freeze inside your home too. That's why we insulate the pipes, or better yet, keep them away from the outside walls. Well, this is not, it's not too often that I finish a place and it's not, oh my God.
This is awesome.
We brought in the wall tight, Alex did this, and we call it buttering. We just buttered right across everything. So what it does is seals it airtight. So there's two purposes here. One, definitely, we want to make your bedroom warm, okay? And two, it stops all car gases from getting in.
The front of the house has always been the coldest part. We've always avoided it. We've stayed away from it. We've not really utilized that bathroom upstairs as much as we probably could have, despite the fact that kids love the jacuzzi. But now we've got a warm house throughout, and I don't have to worry about those pipes freezing anymore. So I'm very, very happy.
This room will now be warm, your bedroom will be warm, and you can actually give this back.
Thank you.
And tell them thank you so much. I don't need this anymore.
I'll put it in the mail for the builder.
That's just
Welcome to have it.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I can't believe I fell for it, but lessons learned. Educate yourself, and that's what I've done. I'm really glad the Homes on Homes crew came in and helped put some more wind in our sails and kept us moving forward. So we're very, very thankful.
Chris and Ehor bought their house because the home inspector gave it a passing grade. But after moving in, they wish they'd brought in a plumber to check it out instead.
This washroom is as good as a closet.
Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. You know, people hardly ever think about the plumbing in their home until it stops working. And by that time, it's usually a huge problem. Before buying their house, Chris and Ehor got a home inspection. That's smart. The inspector report came back and said it was all good. But as soon as they moved in, they discovered things weren't good at all. Good morning.
How are you?
Ehor, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Chris?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
For Chris or Christine?
Chris is good.
Chris is good. I like that.
Yeah.
After about a minute of showering, you're standing in an ankle deep in water.
Notice anything upstairs, or are we just talking downstairs at this point?
We're talking, downstairs.
Downstairs. Let's go take a look.
Great. The sewer gases that we smell down there are scary, disgusting.
The information in the inspection report wasn't helpful at all. It was pretty casual about how things were looked over, or should I say, overlooked. Did he tell you anything about plumbing, about the bathroom? What did he say about plumbing?
The only thing he said was that it was interesting, and I asked him if it was fine, and he said it's fine.
It's fine. Obviously, they raised the shower floor to do the plumbing from the bottom, brought it up, so it almost appears that it's almost high here, and that might be an issue right there. Brought along the back of the washer and dryer.
When you wash clothes, they don't rinse.
And the laundry sink beside the washer fills up with water.
And they tried to vent off of this line, which tells me there's no vent there. They've come up off of here, run it through a separate line for the washing machine.
And at first you think, oh, the washing machine is no good, even though it's supposed to be brand new. But it's not the washing machine. It's the plumbing around it.
This is the sink. No signs of venting. Carried off, toilet running through, clean out, total improper venting. Not to mention, we don't want to see the plumbing like this. It should be actually cut through the floor. This is not how we tie things in. There was no way a licensed plumber did this work. There couldn't have been a permit because none of it even met code. How could the home inspector call this plumbing? Interesting. I know what I'd call it. Wrong. So, of course, what am I thinking? What other nightmares are behind the walls? Cut the drain. Get it all out of the way here so I can drop the walls.
Sure. No glue.
Wasn't connected on down there.
Uh-oh. Water's on this line. This stuff's just falling apart. Even if it was all glued properly. Hard to talk. Everybody wants to throw up. But this is what happens when you don't vent your plumbing, you don't your plumbing drain properly, you don't glue your joints, you don't. This is what happens when you have a handyman do the plumbing.
That's disgusting. That's not full. Tell me that's not full.
I could put my hammer in.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You could put. I'll put yours in then.
That's.
Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Let's go inside.
Going through the trap now.
Going swimming.
Going swimming. There we go. This is tree roots.
That's nice.
That's common with the clay drains. The tree roots will grow in between the cracks in the clay pipe where they're joined together. As a rule of thumb, we use that the root system is about 50% larger than the canopy of the tree.
So if the canopy of the tree is huge.
If the canopy is 50 feet in diameter, you can expect the roots to be 75 feet in diameter.
Bigger.
Bigger than the canopy of the tree, yes. And quite often in houses where the trees are close to the house, it's been trimmed back many times. So the canopy is artificially small. The root system can be even larger.
Okay, I saw that tree. It's overhanging half the house.
Correct.
Which means you're telling me the roots are going to come right through the floor here.
Absolutely. Probably anywhere you dig in this basement, you're going to find roots.
Our drain guys, they were right. There were tree roots everywhere, so we had to change all the drains from the original clay to PVC. That stinks. That should help prevent any future root problems.
What, same thing?
Lots of plumbing here. Everything. I'm about half done. Not even. I'm not half done. Now I got to bring all these vents and drains. I got to bring them up. I got to tie them all in. I gotta cut out all the water pipe, reroute all that, take out that kitchen sink drain that's running through the furnace. And then I gotta find a vent in the attic and drop it down, find a way to drop it down. Because that 1.5 inches over there by the kitchen that we found is not enough to pick up all these new fixtures. I'm getting upset.
I'm stuck. Pull me up. Nah, see? It's too wet.
How about your boot?
How you doing?
Pretty.
Excellent. Looking good. Dan's continuing the ventilation, air behind water, which is very important. He's gonna tie it in. We're gonna come up through the top plate here, shoot it right across on the back wall, and then we're gonna go up through that closet upstairs that we cut a hole, maneuver it, and get it out through the roof. Once Dan finished the vent stack, we could insulate and get that basement finished the right way.
Wonderful.
Put in the top, awesome.
Oh, it's
That's
wonderful.
great. Very nice.
Very nice.
Now I don't think you're gonna smell anything like bad fumes or anything like that. And you know what? It actually drains.
Yay.
It's not worth it. Not a home inspection. I'd certainly call tradespeople in, like electricians and plumbers and a good general contractor to look at the house and give you their opinion, because the home inspector that we had didn't find any of these issues. And it's, it's sad.
Thanks.
Thank
And
you.
one from him.
Yeah, you gotta want to.
Yeah, no.
If you don't mind. If this contractor ran an ad, you'd know what it would probably say. Looking for pros? Call someone else. That plumbing is wonderful. Imagine having a shower in there and filling up the ground underneath it all the time. Wondering what that smell is. But we actually have to gut it to find out why. That's a great point right there, because the water's going in the ground and it's just gonna come back up as a terrible odor. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. We're looking at the worst plumbing jobs we made right. I've said it before and I'll say it again, do your homework before you hire a contractor. And don't just look at the jobs they've done recently, check the ones they did 5 years ago. These will tell you the real quality of their work. Plumbing and drain repair is not something you want to deal with after the renovation is done. Even a bad basement rental can be made to look good on the surface. But in Rebecca and Tom's case, this was such an in-your-face disaster, it was clear that nothing in this job was done properly. This is the bathroom.
This is the bathroom. They have to crack the floor to move the shower and the toilet a small distance.
And that tap doesn't go right to the wall over there, but he said that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh my God, this is poor. That basement rental shocked even me. I couldn't believe it. There wasn't a single ounce of skill in that job. The electrical outlets that sparked and the trim was so bad, it looked like kids put it up. Looking at this, I could only imagine how bad the plumbing was behind the walls. It took me 5 minutes once I walked in that basement, and I knew it was coming all out. This is called a clean out for your stack. What this does is if you ever have a blockage, you open this up, you run a snake down it. What didn't we see? Access to the clean out. They drywalled over it. So when a plumber comes in and he's got to find this clean out, where the hell is it? Sink is tied into the bathtub line?
Yeah, whenever the builder gives you a rough and three-piece, have a sink on one side,
Yeah.
and then a bathtub on the other. So there's a trap in the ground now, and there's a trap above ground. So you have water in this trap, water in that trap, and air in between. So when you go to drain the sink now, you have a fluctuation of pressure in between the two traps, and the water will never drain properly. The water will come back up, drain down, come back up, drain down.
Here's a very, very good reason not to allow anybody in your house that does not know what they're doing. We have a shut-off tap that leads to outside that was concealed. Here's the worst part. Follow this over, and what do we find? Plumbing that used to be down and stapled to the floor joists. These floor joists are 2x8, 12-inch on center, which I like. Here's the problem. They took the plumbing so they could drywall the ceiling and notched all the floor joists all the way down. Do you know what this does? This now gives us a problem with structure, notched all the way down. Who cares, right? You're not gonna see it. We're gonna put up drywall. I'm surprised they didn't put a screw in one of these pipes because it's right there. Not to mention we have pipes just doing what? Banging every time you turn them on, but they cut structure to run them.
Very nice.
Shut it.
Oh, that wasn't even cut.
Nice.
That's really cute. We'll see where they broke the floor. When we
Yeah.
get it cleaned up, we'll break the floor and follow the route and see what they did. What a waste. New material headed straight to the dump. Tom and Rebecca's money down the drain, literally, all because one contractor said he could do things he had no business doing.
Like Mike was saying, he was very curious about opening up this floor, see what these guys did on the plumbing. My first assumption was that they took it off the three-piece over here. What the guy actually did was tie into the main drain. This was the toilet. No vent on the toilet. He used some kind of coupling here. No glue. Nothing tight. Nope, not glued. He's got a union trap here, which goes underneath the kitchen sink. Okay? Everybody thinks they could do plumbing. You know, you just, whatever, you tie into this drain, tie into that drain, put some water pipe. But then there's always problems after like a year. You know, it's a big thing. That is gonna cost you a fortune to get a good plumber to come back in and fix things. Cover it up, concrete over, keep going with the styrofoam. Let's do it.
Make sure the plumbing's right before you close it in. What's the alternative? Hope for the best, get a reno, and then watch it get ripped out 2 or 3 years later? Not to mention the costs. We're talking about extensive plumbing work and another complete reno. Well, as you can see, we've laminated or sistered. You can say it 2 different ways. You sister the joist in or you laminate it. It's gone over the steel beam and we brought it out to strengthen this area that was cut out. By the time we finished, not only did we fix the plumbing, but we also fixed the electrical and the HVAC. We drywalled, tiled, and laid new carpet and gave Tom and Rebecca the brand new bathroom they deserved. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about it.
After you.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh, this is awesome.
Wow.
This is awesome.
This is the nicest bathroom in our house. This is stunning.
We chose to use the area properly. This gives you a big bathroom,
Yep.
toilet's hidden behind the door, which is you want to see, right?
Right.
The
Amazing.
tub, again, is designed for no mold. Okay, that's why I love using these. We have ceramic to give it a nice edge all the way around it.
That's very nice. We were expecting something great, and it was
This-
even better than we could have thought, really.
I was hoping for something that I would like, but I love it. It's just above and beyond.
I don't expect homeowners to know everything, but they have to, and you have to trust your instincts. Don't settle for bad work. check out your contractor, do your homework, and do it right the first time. Your contractor cut through the floor joist to run his plumbing, and you're not supposed to. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're looking at plumbing disasters that still amaze me to this day. Perfect example. Anne wanted a simple bathroom renovation for her summer cottage. The goal was to make it safer. That's simple. But this contractor created more problems than he fixed. It was a beautiful island cottage, but there's no driveway. That meant everything going to the cottage got there by boat, including food, tools, materials, and even me.
Hello.
Hi, Ann. It's Mike Holmes. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just over at the dock. Do you mind coming over to get me?
I don't mind coming to get you at all.
Now I've got to bring all the vehicles, all the trucks, all the crew come across. Try not to forget anything and help a wonderful lady by the name of Ann. Well, Ann, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Nice to
Look
meet
at the
you
tan
too,
on
Mike.
you. You've been up there for a bit?
I have been.
Ann owned her island for about 40 years and started to do some work on it. Her most recent priority was definitely a bathroom rental. The idea was
to get a shower.
A bigger shower.
A bigger shower with a safety bar.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the idea. A friend of mine said that his son did renovations and knew how to do that, and he would bring him up and have him have a look at it. There it is. It's very small, but...
So it's all new?
Yes.
This contractor brought in two guys to help him. And these two guys were sitting down on the couch when she walked in watching a how-to video. So he's made a custom shower. He hasn't finished. Or is he finished?
No, he was let go.
He was let go. You fired his butt.
Yes.
Good for you. How much did he charge you, by the way?
But up until this point, it was $10,000.
Based on what I saw, I could have done it in 4 days, and $10,000 is an awful lot of money, but I guess you gotta justify being here a month. Hell, no. All right, I guess I get to get dirty. I'll be back. Oh, I love the big pillars. Look at how he's done the drain here for the shower, and he's cut in so he could get it all in place to trap it and bring it out, and he should have been a 2-inch anyways, but... And why is the hot water heater over there? See, we want to make sure we put the hot water heater under the water areas. The kitchen's right there, the bathroom's right beside it. The reason he's picked that area was for convenience on his end. And just shining my light on it, I can see the electrical. He should be smacked for that. He's got a prime line running into the drain, right off the toilet. There's the prime line. I knew it came up through the toilet feed. The prime line. Well, how foolish is that? This is not logical. Because this is now tied into the ABS and you have a new septic tank out back, what do you think that's doing?
I'm not sure.
Do you want to smell that?
Oh, no.
We call it methane gas. What I can say is that he's not a contractor, and everything he has touched, he has contaminated, so I can't wait to actually take your bathroom apart to really see what he's done. I think the hardest part about the whole job was forgetting something. Where's the tool that we need here? We gotta jump in the boat, go back to the truck, and it was a half-an-hour route just to go back to the truck. Having to go back to the store, that was minimum 3 hours. Once we got to the island, none of my guys were complaining. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was a holiday. I mean, look it. And I'm working. I like it.
Well, I think I found some mold.
Surprise. New shower moldy already. Ahoy there! Ahoy. Martin.
Hey, Mike.
Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. Martin came in to remove all the plumbing. Rule number 1, never cut through floor joists. Rule number 2, keep the hot water tank on the inside of the house, not the outside. In this case, the hot water tank was located underneath the cottage. That meant we had to bring it inside. If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right.
Got it.
The plumbing on this job was basic. The problem was getting underneath the cottage to repair it all. It was cramped, dusty, dirty, and full of humongous spiders.
Hey, come on, I'm gonna show you what I want you to do. I think this was Armageddon or something. Come on.
I don't like spiders.
Get in here. Okay, so guys, what I want you to do, take all your measurements right away. I want you to measure from beam to beam, and I think you're gonna have to notch over it. Is that correct? Did you measure it already?
1/8 of an inch on that side. I haven't checked this side out.
Go cut them and just bring them in. 1, 2, 3. Mark them out, okay?
It pays to hire professionals. Anne's cottage wasn't even winterized. She had to drain the water pipes from underneath in all locations. So I had Martin redo all the plumbing and make sure that it drained from one point. Make it run downhill. We've gone a little longer than we wanted, but that's what it takes. It's 7 o'clock now. We were hoping for 5:30. A little bit of TLC. Ann, are you ready? I'm gonna come get you. Most of the time in the reveals, and that's the end, you know, my guys, we gotta put them in a little hiding spot and be quiet, don't say too much. But for Ann on the island, they all stood right up on the deck, looking through the window, waiting to see how excited she'd be. And I don't know why. There was something special about this job, this place, this person. This is just a bathroom. It's not anything crazily different.
Oh my God, it's not. Oh, look at it. Oh,
Okay, it is a little different.
It doesn't look like the same bathroom at all.
Well, actually, it's not really the same bathroom. We've gone to the extreme of completely gutting this, pulling out all the insulation, the vapor barrier, redoing it all, rerouting all the plumbing, make sure that within this wall that we've vented not only the bathroom, which means air behind water as it goes down the drain, we also vented your kitchen. All Ann wanted was just a bathroom renovation that was safe for her. I mean, she walked with a cane. She needed something to hold on to, that grab bar. And my guys were proud that they could do that for her. She loves it. She says it looks totally different. She loves it.
It's not only beautiful, it looks so safe. And that's what I'm really, really pleased about. I can't get over how sturdy these bars are. These are really, really wonderful, which is what I wanted in the first place, but I didn't expect to get a bathroom like this. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm very happy. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
yeah.
The best place to lay plumbing, especially sewer lines, is underground. But what happens if the ground is so hard, it's like concrete? Pasadena, California had some of the hardest ground I've ever seen. Can you imagine? The guy was gonna finish this house? Yeah, right. But he was supposed to finish this house and tie into this plumbing, beautiful, all new floors and everything, and it's all gonna be ripped up again? Let's do it now. Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. We're showing you why you need to pay attention to your home's plumbing. The good thing about traveling is that I get to see a lot of different building techniques in different places. The downside is that I see the same problems and mistakes from here to there.
We're in the foothills, they call it, of Pasadena, and we wanted to stay here, raise our son, and for not very much money, this little piece of property had such potential to become an amazing house that there would never be any reason to want to leave.
Jennifer and Abraham hired a contractor to do a renovation. He came highly recommended. No complaints against him, even had insurance.
They worked 3 solid months. I think we just wanted it to go well so badly, and it seemed to be going so well.
It's not done, obviously. I'm here. What happened here? He's, how much money is he taking from you?
$206,000.
Gone. $206,000 later. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at a piece of crap. It looks like a bomb went off. And what do I have to do? Not only do I have to fix the structure, I gotta try and finish the home.
We would just really like some walls and some doors and some windows.
I'm gonna bring in everyone I know, including people here, and we'll make it right for you, okay?
We'd just really like to get our house back.
We didn't tear the house down, but I have to tell you, it might have been easier if I did. When we were getting rid of the old kitchen, it didn't take long to find the first plumbing issue, which of course exploded into a major problem. These are cheap cabinets. We can see that they had an issue before here. Why? We see new drywall. This is green drywall, water resistant. But it's not mold resistant, is it? You know why we had so much water back here and why they had to do this? This is the drain line. It's not connected. It has fallen right out. Matter of fact, it's totally, completely deteriorated. Every time they were using the sink, all it was doing was coming out the back of the wall here. That's all it was doing.
Oh, the cleanup.
All right, we're gonna have to bring in a scope specialist. We're gonna have to because now the toilet's clogged, and I got a funny feeling that they've actually broke the main drain somewhere in the ground and then covered it back up again. There's the camera. I just took the cap out of the drain, and you gotta love the camera and the locator because he's got the arrow here. It's right here. You can see the red coming up. We have 24 feet of cable out, and I'm about 12 feet away from the clean out on the outside. At this point, we'll just start pulling the camera back, marking the floor to determine where the drainage line in the floor is, and then we'll start figuring out what the hell they did, what pieces are in the floor. This has opened a whole new can of worms. It's gone from the house not being done to massive plumbing issues. We just started. We just lost our temporary bathroom. It appears that not only are all the connections incorrect at this point, we have blockages galore. So here's what we're gonna do. Get that bathroom, find the drain, and break the floor right to the front of the house. It was obvious we had to replace the sewer lines, and this was gonna be hard. We had to break open the concrete, bring it right through it, and let me tell you, I can't believe how hard that ground was. So we came up with an even better idea to do the drains.
What we have here is high-density polyethylene pipe. The pressure rating on this is 165 PSI, so
huge.
It's huge, and it's used for gas and water. And this is overkill, but it's for sewer. So you're never gonna have a leak. You buy this in 20-foot lengths. So what you have to do first is fuse it together. So first thing I'm gonna do is grind it down and get all the rough stuff off. You can see how rough this cut is on this pipe.
Now, the easiest way to actually do this is to put on a coupling, right?
You don't even want couplings where you connect to either the clay or the cast, because a coupling, again, is just a regular standard mission hub where roots can get in. Oh, that's good. So now what I do is I put the hot iron in. It's at 500 degrees.
You can smell the heat.
What you do, you just hold it ever so lightly. You want the surrounding material to heat up. So now what we're gonna do now is take this back, take that out, hold it together. Now you can see in here, now you time yourself 3 minutes.
And it'll fuse.
And this becomes the strongest point of the pipe.
Wow. This is the bullet?
That's what we refer to it as.
Because it looks like a bullet.
Yeah, it's the pulling head that the chain will hook up in here with an eye bolt. It's got this little spine on it. This is what helps break the existing pipe in place as this head pulls through. The pipe will literally go in the interior of this.
And it pulls the pipe through.
And when you tighten that down, the harder you pull, the more pressure it actually puts on that pipe. It actually grips that pipe even harder the more you pull.
Are we ready to split pipe?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Come on.
See how fast it's moving? It's a hard spot.
Got some hard ground here in LA. Here it comes. From start to finish, that job took 6 months, but it was worth it. Jennifer and Abraham got the house they saved for and the home that they wanted. Through doing this job and meeting a bunch of wonderful people, the two family really showed who they were. Nice, average, beautiful people. Why not help them?
I didn't look yet.
We're not looking.
Can I look now?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God.
You didn't look coming up the hill?
No, I didn't. I covered my eye.
You didn't look.
Good things happen. Bad thing is just a test. And the test will either make it or break you. And we made it.
Yeah.
Basements and plumbing problems and basements. The two just always seem to go together. It's over the ductwork. I'm telling you, there's no clamp. There's one clamp here. We have one clamp here, and beautiful. Somebody put clamps in here. Wrong clamps. Remember what I said about steel touching copper? Welcome back to the best of Homes on Homes. Today we're showing you why water and bad contracting don't mix. It's all about bad plumbing. Fixing plumbing is messy and expensive because it's always hiding under floors, behind the walls. It's one of the reasons why I recommend getting your drain scope before even thinking of finishing your basement. And in older homes with clay tile drains, why not replace them and avoid problems down the road? Makes sense to me. With a baby on the way, Simon and Lisa decided to finish their basement. They hired a contractor they found at a home show.
Hello, Simon.
Come on
Lisa,
in.
a pleasure to meet you.
They said 4 to 6 weeks was what it was going to take to do the project.
A year later, the basement's nowhere near being done, and they've already spent $27,000 from a $40,000 contract. After one look, I saw all kinds of problems. We don't do this. This is our ventilation. They've cut into the stud like this. At least they put up a plate, but I hate that because it's not the proper plate, and that's so nobody can pierce that with a screw. Although a drywall screw will pierce it. It's supposed to let you know there's something there, right? But because they cut the studding like that, there's not a lot within that to be strong.
They showed up. They did some work.
We're venting. We now go up. We go over. And we come back down. You can't do that.
Several weeks after that, it was, oh, there's been a burst pipe at this other site and they can't come back to work on our project and for a little bit longer.
It's all the things I see. Why are my pipes banging? They're not secured, right? They're not properly secured at all.
All of our belongings that we've had here have gone upstairs to our dining room, and we haven't been able to have anyone over for dinner. We haven't been able to really use the space.
It's like living in a war zone.
Yeah, not being comfortable, not being able to relax fully because you've got all this clutter and it kind of just weighs on you.
There's one really good point here. They didn't go any further. I found a clean out. Interesting. So we know we have a clean out right here. Our clean outs are gonna be where the pipe runs out the wall. My guess is, look at this. There was a clean out right here, or somewhere in this neighborhood in this area. So that means we have an interior drain line as well as a sewage line. I can see the hole they bust open on the floor, and this is all we needed to run the shower, which they tied in to the main. So that means they removed the clean out without putting one back in. Now that's kind of fishy because that tells me, was this truly passed? So let's pull up this plywood. They did cement it. Let's break it. I want to see all the drains. I want to see how it's tied in. I want to see what they did with that clean out, okay?
Okay.
How do you ever scope these drains?
Not to mention, it looks like a leaky main line coming in.
Well, it's dripping right now. I just saw the drip.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw the wood we pulled up. It was saturated. So close that off so you can't get to it. It's freaking brilliant, eh?
40 grand.
Waste of money. Well, you see one thing wrong, 2, 3, you know, there's how many things wrong in here?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna finish this basement until I know this is right. See that? When they do it wrong, it comes up easy. Honestly, I really felt for Simon and Lisa. It was a hopeless situation right from the beginning. Even if the contractor had finished the job, they would have been tearing it out a few years later. Drains do get plugged, people. Scope them first, then hire a pro to finish it. That one is the vent outside, right?
This should be the breather for this trap. You cannot attach the drain directly into the trap. You cannot do that. As the water is draining through this line, it picks up the momentum. All of a sudden, it ends up in a trap where all that momentum is being lost. Here, I'm gonna get all the solids, all the debris just sitting.
In the trap.
In the trap. The traps are no longer approved by code because of the amount of problems that they create.
We're gonna cut all this crap out.
Exactly.
And we're gonna redo it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But we want to scope to make sure everything else is fine.
Exactly, yeah. See, because we're dealing with clay pipe, and this is an original pipe that was installed with the house. See, what I'm looking for is any offsets, any misalignments, any cracks in the pipe that could give me an indication of aging.
I saw a Y there. I take it the neighbors also tied into that line?
Yeah.
Now you're out to the street. And there's no water, no blockage.
Perfectly clear.
All right, I'm feeling a little better. Let's get a chalk line and keep it in line with this area right here.
Okay.
Chalk a line right to the 1.5 inches, okay? And then we're gonna get a 45, a square,
Yeah.
okay, a 90. And we're gonna come over here. I wanna see a drain approximately right here.
That looks pretty good. Okay.
So we're gonna have to cut that path, even if you keep it here. That way we got it right in here. We can put the trap in the floor. We use it both for the hot water heater and the furnace.
Always the first step before anybody finishes the basement, run a video camera, scope the drain, find out what the condition of it is. It will give you an idea of the life expectancy of your drain, as well as it will give you an idea of where the drains are running, how deep they are, whether there are any tree roots, whether there are any issues that may cause you problems down the road. If you're gonna have a construction crew here, change the drains. Replace them with new PVC. That way, once you close the floor, you never get back to this issue.
We ended up doing a ridiculous amount of plumbing in that basement. I mean, all the drains, the laundry room, and a new bathroom, not to mention the rest of the work that we did. But it was totally worth it to help out this family. Last day, happy day, hard job. $40,000 contract. A little high on the price for the basement based on 600 square feet. $28,000 out of pocket. You saw what we had to do. After you.
Oh, wow.
As you can tell, we fixed up here and painted the walls.
Wow.
You know, last time I brought you in, we saw a lot of problems. Okay, we did a few things like moving, broke a whole lot of concrete in the floor, rerouted all your drainage, moved all the plumbing in the ceiling.
We knew he would do the job right. And, you know, I had read his book, and a lot of the stuff that I was seeing in the book when I was reading it was setting off a lot of alarms with the contractor that we had, which is what eventually made me throw them out.
Oh, wow. This is great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh,
I thought it
love
was
that.
important to turn your bathroom where the window is.
Right.
It just kind of makes sense to me. So we frosted your windows. You see that? Which means now you can go in there and have a shower.
The small amount of time, really, that it took for him to fix it all up made it a lot easier, because we would have been living in a real mess for a long time, that's for sure.
These stories show us there are no shortcuts when it comes to plumbing. Band-Aid solutions just lead to bigger problems down the road. Spend your money right the first time and spend it once. Make sure your pipes and drains are clear, intact, and up to code. And do not renovate until you're positive the plumbing works the right way.
What a spread of food here we got. A little bit of everything.
There's only one thing that you have to turn, and it drains perfectly. And there's heating underneath the floors. Oh, I know.
You guys did so great.
It's little things.
It's so amazing.
All we did was strengthen it.
I'm sorry. Hey, get out of here.
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.